All right. During this absolute freak show of an event with Ronda Rousey versus Gina Carano, which all the fights really sucked. I mean, they were bad fights, but more on that later. We got an announcement in just the middle of nowhere, a big announcement of Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury. That's a crazy way to announce it, first off, because they knew a ton of people were going to be watching this event, and they just played the trailer. One thing that rubs me the wrong way about it is they put fall of 2026. Guys, this fight is 10 years in the making, and you couldn't give us a date? Like, it says fall 2026. That means that we still don't have a date, and that still leaves uncertainty of if this fight's gonna happen, because this fight has been in the talks for 10 years, and it's like, yo, guys, let's get onto it already. So in the middle of the Mike Perry versus Nate Diaz fight, they showed a picture on the bottom, an ad for Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury. And I was like, all right, this is the second time they're showing this. Like, can they give us a date? No. Fall 2026. Which, okay. At least they're announcing it, right? Not looking, only looking at the bad side here. They're announcing it, and according to them, it is happening. I'm all for it. 100%. I want this fight. But it would be nice to have a date. You know what I'm saying? Like, just for a little more security, like, yo, okay, this fight is happening. Another thing, this fight is on Netflix. Now, after this last Ronda Rousey Gina Carano card, where all the fights except for the co-main event ended in round 1, with the main event ending in 17 seconds, their matchmaking is terrible. Like, this was a bad card, and even the one fight that went to round 2 just wasn't competitive. There was a Nate Diaz that was probably high fighting Mike Perry. It just, none of the fights really were good. Ronda talking about this is gonna be better than the White House card. No, it's not. Nowhere near, especially with how all the fights ended. So, yeah, but enough on MMA. We're here to talk about Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury. So, let's get into it, right? Anthony Joshua is coming off of a knockout win against Jake Paul, which probably everybody that's watching this video, which is probably like 10 people, watched that fight, right? Anthony Joshua knocked Jake Paul out with a cross in the 6th round, breaking Jake Paul's jaw in 2 places. Why'd that take him 6 rounds? Now, at first, I was saying, Jake Paul was running. It is hard to beat a guy and fight a guy who doesn't want to fight, and he wants to run. He was shooting double legs. Like, it was ridiculous. But then I thought about it, and I'm like, if there was somebody like Alexander Usyk in there, he would have taken Jake Paul out in like the first, second round. He would have found a way to cut off the ring. And I was like, why didn't Anthony Joshua do that? And then the fight before against Daniel Dubois, we don't even got to talk about that. He got dropped like 5 times or 3 times before he eventually got knocked out. It's just not looking good for Anthony Joshua right now. He is coming back to fight this guy Pranga, who I have never heard of. Anthony Joshua should walk through him. Now, if he doesn't, that's going to be bad. Tyson Fury made a point the other day or last week, or I don't know when it was. He posted a video saying Daniel Dubois has fought and stopped Filip Hrgovic, Jerome Miller, and Fabio Wardley. He beat all them, stopped them, but never knocked them down. When he fought Anthony Joshua, he dropped him like 3-4 times. That was Anthony Joshua's last real fight, because we're not counting Jake Paul. That was his last real fight. He has a solid point. Tyson Fury does say a lot of garbage, I won the Usyk fights. You didn't. The first one was razor close. I would say Usyk did win by 1 or 2 rounds. The second one was more decisive for Usyk. But, he didn't win those fights. So he says a lot of garbage. But that was a good point because that just raises a question, like, what's going on with Anthony Joshua? And with this car accident that happened with him, it's just, there's not much that's really going for Anthony Joshua right now. Now, Tyson Fury, on the other hand, is coming off of his 6th retirement, and he fought Makhmudov, easy decision win over Makhmudov. And the fights before that were the 2 Usyk fights that he did good in. He did better in the first one and didn't win. But he did pretty good. It's not like I would say it was a bad performance. His last bad performance was totally Francis Ngannou, where Francis Ngannou really deserved to win that fight. I like Tyson. I'm a Tyson Fury fan, man. I would want him to beat Anthony Joshua if this fight does go through. Now, with that being said, Francis Ngannou won that fight. I have to be fair with it, because if you take the fight and score it round by round, there's no way you can sit here and tell me Tyson Fury won. The judges must have been higher than Nate Diaz last night. Like, it was just a robbery, flat out robbery. But he's done way better since then, so no even need to talk about it. If I were to predict this fight, I would give Tyson Fury the edge. I think Tyson Fury, in fact, to go further with it, will knock out Anthony Joshua with an uppercut. I feel like Anthony Joshua will come forward to try to land something big, and that's when Tyson Fury is good with pivoting and throwing a little sneaky uppercut. I think that's how the fight would go, and knocking out Anthony Joshua. I could be wrong. I don't think I am. But that's how I think the fight would go. I hope this fight happens. I really do. I'm really hyped for this fight. Hopefully it happens. There are no belts on the line because, there's no belts on the line. Neither of them have belts anymore. So there's no hype in that sense, but there is still plenty of hype to go for that fight. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I'll see you later.